Steps in realignment. So what are the steps to be taken for the realignment? One is reconnaissance of the stretch of the road to be realigned, study of the deficiency and possible changes in the alignment. Reconnaissance survey has to be carried out along the stretch of the road, and the road has to be realigned based on the deficiency and possible changes in the alignment. The survey of existing road recording the topographic features and all other existing features including drainage conditions along the strip of the land on either side of the road. A survey work has been carried out on the existing road, and there we are going to check the topographical features of the road, so that the whatever the water is going to be accumulated, that should be drained properly, so that they are checking the alignment of the road, so that the profile as well as the gradient of the road, so that the water should be flow properly, drainage should be provided properly on either side of the road. And observation of spot level along the center line of the road and cross section levels at suitable intervals. This spot leveling means we will have to check the level, so whether the road has to be provided with some alignment, isn't it? So it has to be provided with some alignment, though at some of the spots we'll have to check the level, so that whether that has to be maintained or not, has to be checked at certain intervals. Soil survey along the stretches of the land through which the realigned road may be possibly pass. Comparison of economics and feasibility of alternate proposals of the realignment. And comparison of economics. So economical point of view, we have to check, we have to compare the things, and also the feasibility of alternate proposals. So if any alternate proposal will be there, so that on the point of view of economics, so that we can do the with economical, with the best quality and best route. Finalization of the designed features and realigned road stretch. After this economical one, here we are going to choose one of the path or one of the proposal. So in that, again the design features has to be checked. That is, design features means widening. We have studied that widening of the road, super elevation, camber, and summit curve, if any is there, summit curve, this thing has to be carried out. Then further, then preparation of that drawing, based on that design we'll have to prepare the drawings, then marking out the center line. After all those things, when you get the drawings, then there will be marking of that center line along that route on the ground. Then as per the drawing and designs, you will have the profile of the road and cross section of the road. So then the cutting, filling work has to be carried out, that is called as earthwork, and preparation of subgrade. Thereafter, preparation of subgrade, subbase, and the pavement surface. These are the steps which has to be carried out in the realignment of the road. Now, what all we have studied in the previous video lecture and this lecture is why the realignment is necessary and how it should be carried out, and the steps to be taken to carry out the realignment work of the road. Now we'll move to the highway geometric design. The geometric design of highways deals with dimension and layout of the visible features of the highways, such as horizontal and vertical alignments, side distance, intersections. The designer may be exposed to either plan a new highway network or improve the existing highway to meet the requirements of the existing and anticipated traffic. This highway geometric design deals with the dimensions and layout of the features of the highway, such as the horizontal and vertical alignments. The in geometric design of a highway, the things which are involved is the horizontal alignment of the road, vertical alignment of the road, side distance, that is stopping side distance and overtaking side distance, and intersections. These are the parameters which are there in the highway geometric design. These designs, when you are going to do, when whether the existing road is capable of having these things or not. If it is not having that capable, then we are going for the new highway network. If not, the in the existing only we are going to make these things to be fit into that road. Then it is possible to design and construct highway in stages, but the geometric elements have to be planned in the initial stages only. It will be expensive and difficult to improve it later. That only. So whatever the highway geometric design parameters, whatever we have studied, that is stopping side distance, overtaking side distance, vertical alignment, horizontal alignment, and intersections, these things to be planned in the previously, so that it is very easier to carry out the work as per that. If it is not considered in the beginning, then it will be very difficult laterwards. Geometric design of highways deals with following elements: cross section elements, side distance consideration, horizontal element, vertical alignment details, and intersection elements. Next is design control, and what are the factors which are going to control the design and the criteria, that is factor affecting the geometric design of the highway, that is topographic of the area. So topography area mainly affects the geometric design of highway. The design standards are different at different areas. In hilly area, it is necessary to allow for steeper gradient and sharper horizontal curves. Okay, design speed. Here, the what the design parameters what we have studied. These parameters are depends upon the topographical of the area. What it depends upon topography of the area. In topography of the area, how it is in hilly regions, in plain area, it is very easy or convenient to provide all those factors, but in hilly areas we will have to provide the steeper gradient and sharper horizontal curves. Next is the design speed. The design speed is a tool used to determine the geometric features of a new road during the road design. Contrary to the word's implication, a road's design speed is not necessary its maximum safe speed, that can be higher or lower. The design speed chosen for a highway is a major factor in choosing super elevation, rates and radii of the curves, side distance and the length of the crest, and sag vertical curves. So design speed is the speed which has to be maintained on the road, isn't it? So for the particular speed, what are the to maintain that speed in the area along the length of the road. So there are the various factors to be considered. Mainly it is super elevation and side distance, topic side distance, overtaking side distance, and vertical curves, sag curves. These things has to be considered. Okay, for the design speed, whether the vehicle is above that speed or below that speed, but we'll have to consider these factors. Roads with higher travel speeds require sweeping curves, steeper curve banking, longer side distance, and gentler hill crest and valleys. Lower speed roads can have sharper curves, less banking, less side distance, and sharper hill crest and valleys. So here they are given the what will be there if the higher speed of the vehicles and roads with lower speed of the vehicles, what has to be maintained. Different speed standards are assigned for different class of the road, and also design speed standards depends on terrain topography. Design is almost every geometric design elements of the road is depends on the design speed. The road which we are going to consider for a design speed, a standard design speed, having with different class of the road. Design speed standard depends upon the terrain and topography again. So in the first point what we have studied, based on the terrain and topography, the design speed has to be checked, and for that only the design control and design various factors to be done. Traffic factor. Vehicular characteristics, that is cars, buses, trucks, motorcycles, have different speed and characteristics, and human characteristics of road users, that is physical, mental, and physiological characteristics of drivers, pedestrian, also affect the geometric standard of any road. So what we are studying, the design parameters. Some vehicles have, it is based on the design speed, some vehicles having the higher speed, some vehicles having the lower speed. The design speed is depends upon the vehicle again, if it is car, whether it is a bus, whether it is a trucks, whether it is motorcycles. So based on that also the design speed is going to be vary, isn't it? The speed of the vehicles are varying, isn't it? So if you design for a speed of 60, means all vehicles will not move with that speed, 60 kilometers per hour speed. Some vehicles are going to be more than that speed, some vehicles are going with less than that speed. So you can compare with the vehicles, different type of vehicle, whether it is a car, truck, bus, and all those things. In addition to that, it also depends upon the human characteristics of the road users. It is goes with the one to another of the different mentality of the persons or drivers which are using that road, different mentality of the users. Okay, and that is physical and mental physiological characteristics of the drivers or with the pedestrians also affect the geometric design standards of the any road. Environmental and other factors. Environmental is landscaping, noise, air pollution, and other local conditions also affect the road geometrics. Landscaping, when in case of hilly region, there is chances of landscaping, and in some of the areas the noise, air pollution, other local conditions affect the road geometrics. Okay, so we'll continue with the next thing in the next class.